few more notches as well, especially with Ponce as well, Italian. So yes, it'll be interesting to see how that Granada go about their business. As mentioned before, they were superb after 15 minutes. And you mentioned about what
Sabarit's playing as a central defender, isn't he? And Bovida as the right back. A bit of a reorganisation, one or two injury problems for Athletic. And Dimitri Folkier breaking forward, the captain.
Yes, not quite sure how Athletic were going to go and set up. We thought at one stage that Lekwe was going to be at right back, but there he is on the ball over on the left wing.
Some versatile players in this squad. Here he is into the penalty area, and it was particularly well read by Gaston and Yerai. Of course, terrific story for Yerai. He was diagnosed with testicular cancer. It's his first season in the first team, getting rave reviews and everyone loving him and saying it's only a matter of time before it's in the national team.
It was annoying to Isaac Cuenca, from what I remember. A little bit of a fisticuffs at the training ground, and then both getting suspended. Brown no longer there.
Here's Williams on the back heel, picked out Lekwe. He's whipped that in towards.
Was he?
Agbo goes back to the 18-year-old Martin Hongla. He's from Cameroon. Has been Hector fouled. He's on loan from the Basque rivals of Athletic Bilbao, Real Sociedad Basque, isn't it? Of all these young players from around the world to be pitched together, knew everything about Granada this season. New owners, there was a new coach at the start of the season. Huge responsibility. Here's Folkier, who's the old man of the squad with 87 club appearances.
Yeah, and he's only 23 years of age as well. But in respect to Pereira, I'm really delighted that his red card was...
World-class players. Azuchi Agbo goes back to Hongla, and his touch wasn't good, and it's been robbed by Benyat. Great chance, and it should be put in by Suzayeta, and it is. Well, you said Hongla was a mistake waiting to happen, and I'm afraid the young man is... Sometimes you think they struggle to get early goals. Haven't scored an early goal for such a long time. We've got a corner here, no last touch off Iker Muniain. Let me look that up. They haven't scored a goal in the...
Exactly what he did there. Awful first touch. It was closed down very quickly by Benyat. And then the rest is in the back of the net.
Ramos with the flick on, and Carcella was trying to break in. Valenciaga's on the overlap. Muniain trying to get into the penalty area. It's bounced back again for Lekwe and smashed away by Wakaso. Effect. It's nicely worked though by Muniain. As Marcelino was saying before the game, he's looking much better than he has been in the last couple of seasons. The rejuvenated Iker Muniain, so important for Athletic. Of course, can't just dip into the transfer market in the way that other clubs can. When there are some... Appearance 314 for the club. Lekwe's touch on Ingerson. Again, not found wanting in a race with Williams.
Personal best of 7 in 2013 and 14. And because of the position that he plays in, John, you'd expect him to get double figures at some stage, but so far in his career...
Ramos's flick on to no one in particular, cleared by Yerai. Hongla, strong header by the youngster. Well controlled by Adrian Ramos. Away by Hongla to Uche Agbo. Yeah, straightforward. Defensive errors from central defenders. It was good from Hongla. Extending their record across the big European leagues. Looking at how they defend, I think they're nailed on to win that particular competition.
And do that, and you have half a chance. But if that's going to be consistently happening week in, week out. We know that it didn't happen last week because the goal scored by Petros was a decent header toward.
Yain defending. Safer back pass at this end of the pitch. And Hongla takes a touch. And then Lekwe and Balenciaga. Sabri wins it. Second time asking. He was caught late by Wakaso. The game goes on. And slip by Lekwe. I just check it. Well, there are two athletic players down.
But you see, John, sorry.
Now Benyat. Good energy in the midfield from Wakaso. Hongla.
To the change with David Phillips and John Driscoll.
Thank you, David. Change at the back. It's Xabi Echeta who's come on to play in the centre of the defence for Enric Sabarit.
More sense, as far as I'm concerned, for Ernesto Valverde.
Slightly harsh on Sabarit in a way. Here comes Lekwe. Good touch there by Hongla.
But that's what a manager's there for, John.
Suzaeta. He's done well, Balenciaga. And Lekwe dispossessed by Wakaso. Here's Yarai.
Does is gives a possession back to Granada.
And Hongla goes first time back to Ochoa. Wasn't particularly convincing, it must have. Oh, didn't look the same. Good first touch by the Frenchman. Hongla and towards Ramos, and then teed up. Oh, what a strike! And so unlucky off the post.
That was Uche Agbo, wasn't it?
Uche Agbo, yeah, terrific effort.
That was a phenomenal strike. If you're thinking that might be Wakaso, you could expect that, but not from Uche Agbo. What a strike that is!
Defending to do. Lekwe to Suzaeta, and missed on the edge of the penalty area. Poor pass though, coming straight to Uche Agbo.
Well, that's the time, John. Suzaeta, when he gets that hold of that ball, he's got to lift his head a little bit quicker.
Fulquier. And Benyat can take it on. It will fall for Suzaeta. And a block, crucial one by Hongla. And now Granada can break. Adrian Ramos has possession. Plenty in red and white.
Yeah, good backtracking from San Jose in the end. Just thought there was a little tug there on Fulquier when he was trying to get down that right wing area. So that's why coming back to Athletic. But again, the choices. DeMarcos, when he's fit, he generally plays as the right back, but he's injured at this moment in time.
Scrappy second half. Here's Hongla and Fulquier. Plenty of room in front of him.
You're right in saying that he's not going to get a lot of opportunities this year. Can you see him going back to Manchester United? I don't think so. But this is a great platform for him. There'll be a lot of clubs looking at him. Youngster.
There's that high defensive line again, but Athletic have been able to drop it in there for Williams. Ochoa was appealing for a handball. Uche Agbo
out maybe even 40 metres, John, but it's just the manipulation of the ball from Lekwe is was just caught Fulquier off balance. But he's an excellent athlete, this Fulquier. Gets up and down whether he's playing at right.
Plenty of players between him and Williams. And a breakdown in communication there between the two relatively young Athletic Bilbao players. Fouled by Adrian Ramos. And a good block by Ochoa. It was close to the goalkeeper. Stood up strong for as long as he could. Might have more work to do. Munyain tries to beat him at the near post. The keeper stops them again.
Well, it does really well, doesn't he? Good angles from the goalkeeper.
booted high and catching because of their wretched form at the moment. It's getting to the time of year where we're going to have to start working out the head-to-heads, which is always a laborious task. At the moment you can draw the league table on goal difference.
Well, very surprised that they've taken it short. And that's what happens. You've got a free kick 25 yards inside the opposing half, and within 2 or 3 passes it's gone back to the goalkeeper. So
just to get a point on this situation, obviously they'd be delighted with that, just to put some pressure on the other teams in that relegation battle. At least we have a relegation battle now after a couple of wins for Granada and one. There's Casella. Hongla's just giving that away. That could be dangerous, giving it straight to Nkufo, who's taking too long. It's a really good run by.
That was the wrong decision as far as I'm concerned.
Would have been okay for Nat Lofthouse, wouldn't it, 50 years ago?
Or even Jerry Armstrong 30 years ago.
This often asked question.
And that's what I'm saying, is that Munyain's not going to get you 20 goals. Iñaki Williams is not going to get you 20 goals. But it has been a golden period and a golden era for Adjarisa.
Sergi Samper tigerously into a challenge. Hongla's ball couldn't be collected. Munyain
turns up next year.
He's in Mexico at the moment, isn't he? He might be sought after again in the shake-up. Oh, there's a clumsy looking challenge from Hongla. No real complaints from Beñat.
No. A few clubs touting for his business come next summer.
There could be lots of movement again this summer.
Way form again has let them down, hasn't it, Granada? And that's all through defensive errors.
They need some points away from home at some point, surely, aren't they? They can't win every single home game. I suppose they would stay up if they did, just about.
The next 2 fixtures are huge games for them.
But in the 53rd minute, or by the 53rd minute, and then almost immediately one of those players, Adjarisa, was injured. This would be less of a problem, obviously, with the 88th minute.
He's got to go and protect it. Landed very awkwardly, and even though that he might stay on for the next couple of minutes, he could be out for a couple of weeks if further damage.
Season, just that one defeat. Very impressive at home as they make their charge to get back into Europe again, having just been knocked out this week. Bitterly. So there's the corner. It's attacked at the near post. It is all over. Well, Granada might blame the referee. They really should blame.